Today is all about kielbasa. I love having kielbasa and Dewey sausage, smoked sausage, any of the above on hand because it's a really easy way to add protein in, and it's pretty much already cooked. You've just got to heat it through. So the meals that we're making today, we're making with kielbasa. And y'all, one of them is a very unexpected. I've never even thought of this type of recipe, and it was a wonderful lunch that we had today. The second one that we're making, maybe one of our favorite meals that, I don't know, y'all, it's really up there. I'm sad that it's over and that I can't eat anymore. And then our third is a little more traditional, and it's gonna be made in the crock pot. So kick back, enjoy, and if you've got some kielbasa or smoked sausage in your fridge, I've got some great ideas for you. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Our first recipe, my mouth is still watering and I just finished eating it, is a kielbasa grilled cheese. We're making it on sourdough bread. We're adding some jalapenos to it. Y'all, the flavors of this one, just out of this world. It takes grilled cheese to a whole new level. So the first thing I need to do is slice up some of this sourdough that I baked this morning. I'm gonna save the smaller pieces for later. I don't want to make my sandwich on these itty bitty pieces on the end, but this towards the middle is perfect. So let me slice all of this up and I'll be right back. So my first couple that I cut were a little thick for sandwiches. So I went in and cut some thinner pieces for our sandwiches. I think that's perfect. So I'll just put these in a container and we'll eat those later. Okay, so let's do some chopping. I've got this half of a jalapeno that we have left, and I am going to take the seeds and the membrane out because that'll make it very, very hot. So if we remove it, it's gonna be a little bit milder. If Steven were here, and he's not, he would say don't remove it, but here we are. So I'm just going to thinly slice this jalapeno, and then we need to slice our kielbasa. So I'm trying a different brand. I've never tried this brand before. It's Beaumont sausage. I don't know, it says a Texas original. So we're gonna try this. Let me slice this up. Ma'am, she said, meow. If you've been watching for a long time, but you've missed some videos, we have a new baby girl. She's 3 years old. Her name is Maggie Moo, and she is absolutely precious. Okay, so we've got this kielbasa. Sorry about that, there we go. We've got it ready. Do you hate the packaging of kielbasa as much as I do? It is so hard to get it out of here because it's sealed in the middle. So the way you have to cut it to get it out, I struggled for far too long getting this out of the package. But let's cut it up. I'm gonna do kind of thin. I don't want it to be real thick because then it'll be kind of hard to eat, I feel like, on a sandwich. So pretty thin slices. I don't know that we'll need this whole kielbasa. So I'm just chopping up not even quite half of it. I'm just kind of looking at my bread and trying to decipher how many pieces will go on each one. It really won't be that many pieces, so I feel like that's plenty. To make things just a little bit easier, because there's 3 of us eating, and I feel like I can only do 2 sandwiches at a time if I'm on the skillet or like on the stove, I'm gonna do everything here on the griddle. So let's warm this up. I'm gonna do it to about a 3. While that is heating up, I'm just gonna add just a little bit of olive oil here. I can already feel the heat. And let's add our kielbasa. And then I'm also going to just kind of saute my jalapeno too. You don't have to, you can just leave it fresh. I thought that might taste really good. All right, so I'm gonna let this hang out for just a minute and then we'll flip. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. Let's turn these over, flatten them out a little bit. They do not want to flip. Someone got a haircut and trimmed his beard. It's like a whole new husband over here. All right.
Okay.
What you think?
I think that's gonna be good.
It is. We just got a couple more minutes, then I'm gonna make the sandwiches and it'll be time to eat.
I got some cheese over there.
Uh-huh. Oh, let me show y'all what kind of cheese I'm using. So I have a little bit left of this Tillamook smoked medium cheddar, but I don't quite have enough, so I got some more. This is the Taste of Inspirations. Is that a Food Lion brand? I'm not sure, but it's the hickory smoked cheddar. So we're gonna use that on our grilled cheese because it'll have a good smoky flavor.
That's jalapeno?
Jalapeno. Okay, I think we're done, so let's scoop this up. You know, I should have lined this thing with a paper towel first. Let's do that. Okay, we're coming back. Not the easiest to scoop off of here. This is gonna take me 5 years. I'll see y'all in 2030. Okay, I got all that off. Soak up some of this grease with a paper towel real quick. We're gonna throw some butter on here before we add our bread and assemble everything. So I need to go ahead and put mustard on the inside of this bread here. So I'm using stone ground mustard. That's gonna have a really good flavor. All right, so let's go in with some butter. We need a piece of cheese at this point. And since these are kind of long pieces, there we go. So I'm gonna repeat that for 2 more sandwiches. There we go. We need to grab some of our kielbasa and our jalapeno and pop it on there. Easier said than done. Good grannies. Let me just do it with my fingers instead.
You're doing a good job.
Instead of just standing here staring at me.
I'm about ready to eat that.
Well, give me just a minute, please, sir.
I'll give you one. Good.
You want to go ahead and start putting some mustard on the other, what,
$5.
one side of the other piece of bread? Yum.
That's some of that good mustard right there.
Yep.
That's that mustard's got stuff in it.
I love you. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to take this. We've got mustard. Oh, wait. More cheese.
Dang, look at you.
I mean, it's a grilled cheese with the other stuff, so.
I'm not mad.
Maggie Moo. She's a begging. We're going to take mustard side down, and let's flatten these out a little bit. We're going to let.
Let's check it.
Oh no, you see on the bottom it hadn't quite melted yet, so let's let them hang out for at least a couple more minutes and then we'll check them. All right, so we've got some more butter that's gonna go underneath the other side, so all right, I'm ready. And we're gonna do that again with these other two. Boom, these are gonna be so good, y'all.
You're a flippy little flipper.
I'm a flippy little flipper. That came from Nemo, right? Or no?
I don't remember.
Or did we make that up?
I don't know.
Flippy little flipper. I don't know, we say that all the time. This smells so good. They look good.
Them some big old pieces of cheese on there.
I'm excited about it.
I like that.
This is going to be a good lunch. It's going to fuel us for whatever workout pain you have set for us. Oh, babe. Make sure we ain't burning on the bottom. Careful.
I just reach in there.
Oh, no. We got plenty of time. All right. We'll be back.
That's looking good, baby. Getting involved.
I mean,
That looks good. That cheese is ooey gooey.
it is.
Ooh, wow, man. That's a party going on in my mouth right now. That mustard is boom!
Yeah.
Crunch, butteriness of the bread coming in there. That tremendous flavor of the kielbasa. Kielbasa.
Kielbasa.
And then got that jalapeno. Just a little spice from jalapeno, just a little something interesting, kind of gives it that jalapeno boldness there, in there, just a little bit. The cheddar cheese. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Cheddar cheese with jalapeno and that mustard together. Wow, really good.
I'm so glad that you like it. Cole has already tried it. He's taken off back to the back side of the house, but he said it was delicious. He just kept saying, wow, wow, as he was eating it. So I'm excited to dig in. We got some sweet tater chips here. I'm hungry. My mouth is watering. So I'll see y'all later. All of those flavors together, perfection. That is definitely grilled cheese, but with some extra.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of cheesiness, which is what you want with a grilled cheese, but wow, that's good. It is that time of year, and spring cleaning is not just for your home. Your gut needs a good refresh too. I would like to thank Seed for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I have been taking Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic for about a year now, maybe more, and I have seen so many benefits from it. Seed's DS-01 is a clinically validated 2-in-1 prebiotic and probiotic that supports your body in and beyond the gut. So it helps support digestion. It helps with bloating in just 2 weeks, but it does so much more than just focus on that. It can really help improve your whole body health. It can promote heart health. It actually helps create the optimum balance between good and bad cholesterol. That's a win. And the benefits for my skin, I have seen such a difference in the way that my skin just appears. Number one, it does help with fine lines and wrinkles in just a month, but I feel like my skin just looks so much healthier overall ever since I started taking Seed. So you hear all the time that you need to take probiotics and prebiotics, and what does that really mean? We're taught for the longest time that bacteria is a negative thing. And while it can be, there's good, healthy bacteria that you want in your gut. That's where Seed comes in. So in these little capsules, there are 24 probiotic strains, plus there is a plant-based prebiotic. And probiotics are most effective when they make it to your colon alive, and DS-01 has a 100% survivability rate, meaning that those probiotics are going to get to your colon like they're supposed to. The how is what makes Seed so different. There are lots of probiotic, prebiotic things on the market, but this one stands out because of the way it has the 2-in-1 ViaCap technology. So there's the outer capsule that you see that has the prebiotic, and then there's an inner capsule that makes it all the way to your colon and delivers the probiotic exactly where you need it. So that's the difference. And we are coming up on the busy season, peak travel season. And you know, a lot of times it's hard to keep up with those healthy habits when you're traveling, but because Seed's DS-01 does not need to be refrigerated and it comes with a travel vial, this healthy habit is super easy to maintain even when you're traveling. With your first order of Seed, you'll get a glass jar that you use month in and month out. Your monthly refills come in home compostable bio-based pouches. So you're just going to be refilling that one jar over and over again. And also in your welcome kit, you will receive your travel vial. So if you are ready to refresh your gut and give Seed a try, be sure to check the description box below. I've got a link there. And when you use code MANDY25, you're going to save 25% on your first month's supply of Seed DS-01. Plus you'll get free shipping. This next recipe, I really don't even have words for how good it is. It's using simple ingredients, but it is the sweet, the savory. It is top notch and will probably be in a favorites video come a little bit later this year. But we are making a sweet potato hash with kielbasa. Now you could use regular potatoes, but might I suggest going the sweet potato route because it is perfection. So normally when we make a potato hash, we just use regular potatoes. There's nothing wrong with that. You could make this recipe with just your regular russet potatoes. However, a more superfood option would be to use sweet potatoes, which is what we're gonna do today. It is just me and Steven here tonight eating, so we're just gonna do one large sweet potato. So I'm peeling that now. So I'm just gonna rinse this off. Sweet potatoes can be kind of hard to chop. They're very, very dense, very hard. So in order to get uniform pieces so that they all cook the same, I'm gonna use my handy dandy chopper. But I'll have to kind of chop this up into smaller pieces so that it's all uniform and I can get it through this. Not bad. Now look at that, perfection. I'm gonna transfer these into a bowl because we need to chop up our onion and our bell pepper as well. You could use regular white or yellow onion for this. I'm just going with red because we had a half of one left. I'm trying to decide which way to do it. Hang on. We had this left in the fridge, so I thought, why not? So our onions and our bell peppers are gonna go in at different times. So I'm gonna remove these and then we'll chop up the bell pepper too. We'll probably just use half of this bell pepper because I don't think we need the whole thing. So I'm using the rest of the kielbasa that I had this morning or for lunch today. And we're just going to finely dice this. So this particular recipe that I found uses breakfast sausage, and you could definitely do that. But since this is a kielbasa video, I thought we could dice this up and use this. So I just chopped it in half, kind of lengthwise. And then I'm also gonna cut it into strips even more. That way it's pretty small, it's pretty uniform, and I don't know, it'll just kind of mimic more of that breakfast sausage. So let's head over here. We've got this large skillet that we're gonna heat to about medium-high heat. I said we've got jalapeno too, and what did you say?
Yes! You left a membrane in there too. That's some of the dynamite jalapeno.
I did. I'm gonna take it out of this side though. Don't get mad. We're meeting in the middle here, like Diamond Rio. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. My mama knows. She's singing it right now. I hear you, mama. I hear you. So we're going to use part of it in the skillet, and then we'll use part of it as topping. We've got something else that we're going to show you a little bit later that we're going to have kind of on the side with this tonight. But this is totally optional. This was not even in the recipe. We just had jalapeno on hand, and I'm married to Steven, so there you go. So we're going to start with our kielbasa. Kielbasa. Put it in an even layer, and we're gonna let this start to brown up. It's gonna take, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. And we'll just kind of stir it as we go. So you want to let it caramelize or get some good color on the bottom, so don't start stirring it immediately. I'm just anxiously waiting because we're very hungry. We did a pretty tough workout this afternoon, so we're starving. But you can hear that sizzle going. We're gonna give it a few minutes before I turn it or flip it, or I may even have my flippy little flipper do his thing.
I can do it.
I know you can. All right, do it to it.
See how it's still attached to the bottom right
yeah. I don't know. Might have to use this. You might not be able to do that other thing.
Okay, it's come off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're just going to have to be a little aggressive. Oh, okay, there we go. Y'all, that's some fancy work right there.
I saw it on YouTube.
Okay. Probably saw it on Food Network.
I've seen it somewhere.
All right, we're going to let that hang out for a couple more minutes, but now we can add in the onion while it's finishing up. So, thank you, sir.
Little onion.
We love some onion.
And yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh,
look how pretty that is.
I know. We should have saved some of that onion for topping for the other thing.
It's almost as pretty as.
Thank you. We're gonna give this 3 or 4 more minutes. So he's gonna take about half of that jalapeno and throw it in at this point too, because why not? Like we mentioned, we're saving the other for a topping for something. So he's just gonna let that kind of saute for just a couple of minutes. Okay, so this has been a total of about 5 minutes or so, maybe a couple more minutes than that, but he's just gonna remove that to a paper towel lined plate.
I like these spoons pretty good.
I know, I just got those.
You did a good job.
Well, thanks. Okay, and then we're gonna grab some oil out of the...
Some what?
Oil out of the cupboard up here. Do y'all call it a cupboard or a cabinet? I call it, it's interchangeable. What do you call it? Cupboard or cabinet?
I don't know. Cabinet, I guess.
Okay.
I don't really say cupboard.
Say it again.
Cupboard. Would you go in there and fetch me some things out of the cupboard?
Okay. All right, so let's add some oil, and then we're gonna bring our sweet taters over here. So he's gonna add some oil in there first, and then he's gonna throw our sweet taters in. Now these are gonna need to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. They are, like I mentioned earlier, they're a little bit tougher or harder than a regular potato, so we want them to kind of start softening up. They're gonna continue to cook even after that, but cooking alone for about 10 to 12 minutes. The ingredient that we're gonna have kind of on the side of our sausage hash dish is some more of this Wendy's chili. We really enjoyed this on our baked potatoes not too long ago, so here we go. I'm just gonna warm this up, and then we'll top this with some of the jalapeno, and I was gonna say some of that onion, but we cooked all the onion. But we can do some cheese, we can do all kinds of stuff, but that'll kind of be on the side just because we had it and we were craving it. So it hasn't been quite 10 minutes, but since we chopped our sweet potatoes so small, they're already kind of al dente, so there you go. So I'm gonna make a little well here in the middle, a little hole in the middle. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of butter, and on top of that butter, I've got some fresh thyme from our little indoor garden. I thought thyme would be really good with this, so I'm gonna throw that in there, start to mix it all around. Then we just need to season everything. So you can use salt and garlic powder. I'm foregoing the salt and garlic powder separately and doing a good bit of this adobo all-purpose seasoning. Forgot, we need to throw in our bell pepper at this point too. Then for some good smokiness, we've got some smoked paprika. Let's go in with some smoked paprika, give it a little extra smokiness, and we'll just continue to let this cook for another 3 or 4 minutes or so. We're just gonna let that bell pepper kind of soften up, and that butter is really gonna help kind of caramelize that sweet potato too. So y'all, I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. Now let's throw our sausage and onions and jalapeno back in and let that heat back through, and then it's done. That's it, y'all. You could even top this with some, like a fried egg. That would be really good.
Do what?
Breakfast. Well, you make your fried egg. I ain't making you one.
I mean, listen to my, I can't talk right now. I might have to do that.
Do it. I don't care. Make
A fried egg.
Go get you a little skillet. Do it.
Fried egg time.
He is so excited.
You have no idea.
I'm not a huge fried egg fan. All right. He's going to do that.
We won't hold that against you.
I've got this turned to low. It's just hanging out here. I need to go get a new battery because we're on one piece of power while he fries up his egg. Happy man.
Somebody right now is screaming. Good job, Steve.
What's your trick?
We're just going to put a little bit of water in here.
Uh-huh. Then you're going to put the lid on it.
Okay. Yeah, and watch this egg. Oh, I love that. Yeah, just kind of a medium. That's how I like my eggs fried. It's almost well.
I guess because we left it over there on the stove.
Yeah, I cooked it a little longer than I should have.
Oh, well.
But that's okay.
He likes it when it's oozing out. I do not.
You created a monster. Wow. That is one heck of a breakfast. I mean, that's got to be a breakfast skillet.
Right. Right. We're having breakfast for dinner.
Mmm.
Is it seasoned correctly?
Perfect. Use sweet potato.
Okay.
If you'd used anything else, it would not be the same.
Right.
That sweet potato, I guess the difference in the flavor, the sweetness of it,
yeah,
paired with that smoked sausage, wow. Yeah, the seasonings are definitely on point here. The adobo sauce, it's not very salty.
Okay.
Which I was kind of concerned about, you know?
No, it's not too
not
salty.
that salty at all. Just a little bit of spice from jalapeno.
Yeah.
Wow. And the peppers don't overtake it.
Good.
Which I was excited about.
Yeah.
Get more of that sweet potato,
yeah,
smoky sausage flavor. But the egg, do not skip on the egg, please. That is amazing.
I skipped on the egg.
I'm so sorry. You can't have mine.
All right, I gotta eat. I'm hungry, so yeah, this is a great one. If you don't have breakfast sausage and you're craving a breakfast skillet, just chop up that kielbasa. It'll be all right.
Now you got chili.
Tell you what.
This is really good.
Okay.
Very good. Highly recommend.
All right, I'm digging in. You're probably gonna see this again.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Y'all,
this is going to be way up there.
It is so good, and I know I mentioned that you could definitely use regular potatoes, but let me encourage you. The contrast of that kind of sweet and savory cannot be beat. And if you haven't tried Wendy's chili from a can, I mean, if you're in a pinch, it's good. It's really good. So we're going to keep eating. It's just the two of us here, so we may watch something on TV, or I don't know. We're just going to have a date night in tonight. What you think?
That sounds good.
All right, y'all. This is a highly recommended one. Kielbasa, sausage, and sauerkraut. I have made this numerous times over the years, usually just on the stovetop, not in the crock pot, but I've never added this one particular ingredient that I saw in this recipe, and I thought it sounded really good, so we're gonna give it a try. Our secret ingredient, a gala apple. Gala, right? Not gala.
Gala apple.
It's gala. We normally eat Granny Smith apples in this house. I don't get this, but this is the particular apple that it said to get. This is going in with our sauerkraut and our sausage today. I don't know. It sounds good. Let's try it. There are not many ingredients to this sauerkraut and sausage recipe. I just need to chop up my sausage, the onion, and the apple, and then throw it all in the crock pot. So I do need to peel my apple. You know what? I should have waited and done this part last because it's gonna brown. So there's that. It says to slice your apple pretty thin. Okay, the only other thing we need is a small Vidalia onion. This one's pretty large, so we're just gonna use about half of it, and I'm just gonna thinly slice it as well. Now the recipe calls for 3 or 4 of these sausages. I'm gonna do a beef smoked sausage, and I'm also gonna do a Polish kielbasa. But I'm only doing 2 of them because I'm not making the entire recipe. So we're just gonna cut this down a little bit, but I'm gonna slice these. I'm gonna have to move those onions. They are tearing me up. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. Paper towel, I wet it. I'm gonna drape it over top of my onions over here so it'll stop killing my eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna slice these up. So the original recipe calls for this entire jar, which is 32 ounces of sauerkraut. I'm not going to use quite all of it because we're not doing the full amount. I think the original recipe serves 6 to 7. We don't need that much. So I'm going to use maybe a little over half of this and we should be good. You can drain your sauerkraut if you want to. I'm using my smaller crock pot, but I really like the tang of sauerkraut, so I'm not going to drain mine. We're just going to use some of the juice along with it. If you drain yours, you'll add in some water instead. Not a lot, maybe up to a cup if you're doing like the whole thing. I don't know, I might still use this whole thing because I love sauerkraut. And honestly, what am I going to do with the rest of it? I'm probably not going to use it. So let's just use the majority of it. How about it? Okay, I left some of the liquid in there, but we got most of the sauerkraut out of here. It smells good already. I love the smell of sauerkraut. Next, let's add in our onion. Let me grab my apples. I did put them in water because I got a phone call and I had to take it, of course, right after I sliced up my apples. So put them in water so that they would not brown. I may add a little more water to this. And our kielbasa. At the end of it cooking, I'll test it and see if we need some salt and pepper, but we're just gonna let this cook. You can do it on low for 6 hours or on high for 4, which is what we're gonna do. Let me stir that up. It's the apples that really throws it for me. That's so strange, but I have a feeling it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna do it on high for 4 hours. Would it be a Mandy video if I didn't forget an ingredient? No. We need to put in a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, let's stir that up, and then we will cook it on high for 4 hours. I ain't trying to spoil nothing, but that's good. That's real good. It doesn't need salt, but I'm gonna add some pepper. But it is time to eat. Oh my gosh, so good.
It's got apples in it.
Oh look, we match.
We did.
So,
color coordination.
I have to tell you, do you know when the first time I ever had sauerkraut was?
December 3rd.
Stop.
Oh. No.
At your mama's house.
Really?
When we were dating or engaged, she made it, and I was like,
yeah, she used to make some kraut now.
but I liked it. I made a face. I wasn't excited, but I really loved it. So.
All right, look, we got a little bit of kraut, some onions, and an apple slice. I ain't never heard of that in my life with sauerkraut.
I'm telling you what, I'm excited.
All right,
It's
look,
very hot.
I got a big old giant bite.
Let's tink. Tink.
Tinkerbell. That's amazing.
Isn't that good?
Wow.
Who would have thunk?
That is incredible. Oh man, sweet and sour, but just a touch of the sweet.
Yeah, it's not overly
And
sweet.
it's like, yeah, it doesn't, you don't get like an overwhelming apple
taste,
flavor
no.
to it at all.
It's
just
got a little
something.
crunch,
Yeah.
and it's just a very subtle sweetness.
This is amazing. Wow. Man, I am so proud of that.
Mm-hmm. It's
You
good.
did good.
I know, right?
Man, that's really good.
We've got some olive oil ciabatta bread from Wild Grain. Sliced that up. I love me some ciabatta bread. Y'all.
That is good right there.
That is good.
It's so different, but it's like, I mean, it's still got, it's just so good. Sauerkraut, there's just something like, you know, before with just the sauerkraut, it's like nothing but sauerkraut.
There's
You
a
know what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
tang.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a lot of tang, but this is,
This evens it out some. Why I even thought about sauerkraut, because we haven't had it in a while. It's been a while since I've made sauerkraut. The whole reason I thought about it was because of Kate Koska. She came to town not too long ago, and I got to meet her. But she was doing a Sam's Club or Costco haul, and she bought a big thing of sauerkraut. And she wasn't even sure if they liked sauerkraut or not. They tasted it, they liked it. But I was like, you know what? We need to have sauerkraut. So shout out to Kate. Thanks for the idea.
Yeah.
I'll link her channel below. She does a lot of hauls from Trader Joe's, Sam's Club, Costco. She does some What's for Dinners. She's hilarious. Her and her husband are hilarious. So go check them out. Tell them I sent you. But she's the whole reason why I found this, went in search of this recipe, because it's been forever since we've had sauerkraut. But we've
awesome.
never had it like this.
no, I've never had it like this. Never had it like this. Really good. I love this.
And don't forget to check out Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic if you are looking to improve your overall body health, especially your gut health. Just use my code Mandy25 and the link below, and you'll get 25% off of your first month's supply, plus you'll get free shipping.